Alright, I think I'm live, so thanks to Retrothon for having me for the third year in a row. This year I wanted to share with you one of the most heartwarming speedruns I have ever learned during the last couple of years. It is a game that is really cool, but also it's a game that sometimes can just wreck you. For no reasons. The game is, of course, the Battle of Olympus. We are doing the Infinite Olives % category. And I think we can start in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so what is Battle of Olympus? This game is a kind of a Zelda 2 style game, as you can see from the graphics. It has a very, very familiar Zelda 2 feelings. And yeah, the story is kind of inspired to a real myth of the real tale of the Greek mythology, the tale of Orfeo. I don't know if those are said in English, so I will say them in Italian. So Orfeo and Eurydice. And the story is we are this hero whose fiancée has been kidnapped by Hades, the overlord of the hell, we can pretty much say that, and we need to save her. She has been turned into stone. Oh, actually, thank God I didn't do all the damage, and we need to rescue her. And to do so, we need to travel from temple to temple, talk to gods, find new power-ups. Now, the god who is supposed to help us is not available, so we need to come back later. And to do so, we are taking a death ward. We are going to abuse of death wards a lot during this run. So yeah, the first 4 minutes are actually a lot of walking, but there's going to be action pretty soon. Don't worry. So yeah, this plays pretty much like a Zelda 2 game. We need to collect power-ups and to get new items to advance through many areas of the stage. We find the Fragment of Earth that will allow us to reach our fiancée in Hades and free her from the curse that turn her into stone. Now we are about to change location. It's pretty funny that you have to cross a house and exit from a cavern to just change completely background. That's pretty funny. This is one of the weird stuff of this game. Now we are into this game, into this cave, and we are kind of playing the RNG game with these bats. We are kind of hoping that those bats are not hitting us. So far only one bat, which is good. Now this jump here can be pretty tricky. We are good, okay. Pretty average RNG, it's possible to dodge all the bats, but it's not really on it's not something I can really control, at least I'm not aware of. Maybe it is possible, I have no idea. Now we are taking a little back up here because, you know, this game can be pretty annoying in many parts. Because the enemies are really unpredictable most of the time. Taking this, that gives me a huge chunk of health. Enemies have very unpredictable movements. So most of the time in this game is saved by reacting properly to what enemies do. And that's not easy at all, because the patterns are really unpredictable, and they can end from attempt to attempt. They can change really little. Okay, now nice. I got this tricky dodge. I haven't found any smarter way to that apart from just hard stopping. That's the only thing I came up with. Maybe there's better strat. I have no idea. And now we are back to the temple we reached before, but this time the god is there because we are actually doing some sort of sequence break, because in that cave we were supposed to also take a power-up that allows us to use fire, but we are not gonna use it, and instead we are just reaching out the next temple with a death ward, and the god will be there. Also, funny thing that gods in this game are all pillars. It's a weird version of the tale. No, it's just a weird glitch that allows us to talk to the god by crouching and pressing B on that pillar. That saves a bit of time if you have to pick some items. All right, now we have these Pegasus sandals that allows us to jump higher, but also oddly enough allows us. Oh, ouch! No, I don't have to take all this damage. Come on, please. They allow us to flip the gravity pretty much, and allow us to walk upside down. This is really weird. This game has some very weird stuff. I'm not gonna lie, but it's also pretty funny. And now we are approaching one of the most annoying parts of the game. Yeah, because we are approaching the first boss, which is the Hydra. And by the way, here is the sequence break is, because we were supposed to burn that red bush, the firepower that we skipped. So this is pretty much a sequence break. Now we are approaching the Hydra. Now the Hydra is pretty annoying boss fight. It's purely RNG. And our hope is to lock him into to stun lock him, pretty much. Okay. Now we place here, and now just we hope to keep hitting the Hydra, and we need to do this 8 times. So this is the 3rd hit. We're good. 4 hits. Sometimes the Hydra can just dodge our slashes, and if that happens, it's very annoying. But thankfully we have a lot of health, so we should be fine. Okay, this is the last hit. Oh, thanks. This is pretty annoying, but we are good. Okay. Okay, that's the last hit was purely RNG. There's nothing I could have done. Your best bet against this boss is just to have enough health to survive the bad RNG. Unfortunately, that cost me 10 seconds for no reason, but that's okay. Okay, now that we have this sword, we just picked up this sword upgrade. We are gonna take another item before leaving this forest for good. This time we go left, then we enter here, and yeah. And just hidden here in the forest there is another temple. There's another weird stuff. There's definitely not correspondence between inners and outers. We picked this harp. This harp is going to be really helpful for a boss, and also for some wars that we are doing later. Now we are leaving the forest, and we're about to approach the second boss fight, which is the Cyclops. But before, we just pick another health upgrade. Usually in runs you skip the first one, but you always pick this one. And now you just unlock the the Cyclops. An important thing is that you need that white sword to hit the Cyclops. Otherwise, with the first weapon you cannot kill the Cyclops. Okay, so now we are in Laconia. We need to trigger this hidden passage, and hidden here in the dark, because here we are actually supposed to have some sort of torch, but we skipped it. So all the subterranean areas will be in pure darkness. One other thing I didn't mention is that to get all these objects, I mean, gods are definitely not as generous as they seem, because gods, they will help you, but in exchange they want to be paid with olives. So you're actually supposed to farm olives by killing enemies, spending a lot of time killing enemies, but thankfully the Battle of Olympus community came up with this really cool category, which is called Infinite Olives, which applies pretty much a Game Genie code that pretty much gives you infinite olives, and this saves you from a lot of farming. There is also the 90% category, which is also cool, but I decided to stick with this. Now we equip the harp, and now we play this harp, and the harp will prevent this healthy from hitting us. Now on the trickiest fight of the run. This is not good. We are fighting. Yes, we can call those Wizards because they actually behave like Wizards. So, okay, that was a pretty good fight. We are actually supposed to hit all the 3 of them with the first slash when I reached the arena, but I missed them. And that could have turned really bad for me, but thank God I survived. And I obtained one of the most important items for the story, which is the blue ball, the blue orb. Now I use the harp to just warp away here and come back to the first area of the game. Now, what does this blue ball do? This blue ball allows us to pretty much reveal all the hidden spots, the nymphus, nymphae. I'm sorry, I'm using Italian because I cannot say those names in English. I apologize. So the blue sphere reveal the location of the nymphae, and this nymphae have the fragment of the fragment of love that are required to save our fiancé from the curse. So we need to collect all these 3 fragments of hearts, and once we got them, all of them, we go to Tartarus and nice, and we finish the game. You see that with this sphere, I press select and I reveal this door. The door that just appeared after a lot of flashing. Without the blue orb, that door would have been appeared at all. So we definitely need it. Okay. So far so good, but don't worry, the troublesome parts will come soon. Coming up next is one of the most hated areas. And whoever tried even casually this game knows really well what I'm referring to. We're approaching the Phthia Mountains, and Phthia Mountains are complete RNG fest. There are strats to kind of win and survive most of the time, but those are not guaranteed. Here we're doing a little trick. We play the harp in mid-air, so our horse just catches us up on air. We save a bit of time. Now this key is really important. Do not forget to pick this key, because otherwise you're going to cry a lot. This key is needed to free the next Nymphea, so we definitely need it. Now we are reaching the Phthia Mountains. We pick the Ocarina. The Ocarina has double purpose. First, it evokes a dolphin to cross the sea, and also activates this giant. Let's see if we can do the cool kid. We did. Okay. And now, I mean, this is just let's just roll the die and hope to survive, and that's okay. A good thing, if this bird drops something, okay, that's really cool. We are not going to deal with that bird anymore because it dropped. Okay, so the first area went really well. That's okay. That hit is fine. That hit is fine as well. Okay, now the next area. Hopefully the game cooperates. Again, didn't cooperate. That's pretty unfortunate, because I got a pretty rare pattern where the monkey just didn't attack me, and that actually was could have been pretty easy to pass. I could have just move farther and nothing would have happened. But we try again. That's okay. I mean, that's expected to here. Okay, this is the pattern I was expecting to. Standard one. There's another. I can just tank. The monkey will just go away. Now it's not ideal to enter this part with all this health, because we're about to do a death warp soon enough. Okay, also another temple hidden into cave. I'm pretty sure that usually temples should have a much better looking entrance, but that's okay. I won't question further. Now we got another sword upgrade. This sword upgrade allows us to shoot a lightning beam, but for the time being, every time we use the lightning beam, we lose a fraction of our health. So I abuse of this to just take a death warp, save a bit of time, and come here. This is another part that can be really bad if things go bad. Okay, so far so good. This pattern seems good, but you can never be sure about this game. This game can definitely ruin you at any point in time, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, so I'm pretty satisfied with this. This part could also go pretty bad, but so far so good. Okay, so we are about to take the second fragment of love. So we have 2 out of 3. So far so good, I'd say. So there's the cutscene there. Our fiancé talks us through, like, I don't know. That's fine. Another death warp, and now we need to play this one more time because we need to reach the art spot. Okay. Let's see, can you do this? No. No, okay. If you fail this, it's pretty funny. The hero tries to jump over without reaching the horse. That's pretty funny. Okay, we're back here in Laconia. This place should sound familiar to you because we visit this earlier, but we are not entering into the wizard room, of course. We are just instead moving forward ahead because we are about to navigate towards the Crete labyrinth. And as I said, this game is sticks kind of well with the mythology. Oops. So actually the places and the enemies are actually really existing in the mythology. This is the legendary guardian of the labyrinth, but in this particular version, just a well-timed jump will do the job. It's actually supposed to be a bit harder to just be the legendary guardian of the Crete labyrinth, but we take it. We don't complain. Also, if you look better at this statue, sometimes they look like a lion head, but sometimes they look like a Bowser head. So it's really weird. Just noticed, like yesterday when I was practicing. Oh, those statues look like Bowser. For some reason, no, they are actually supposed to be heads, lion heads. Now we pick the power bracelets, and the power bracelets, other than raising our power attack, it makes sure that we no longer take damage when we use the beam. So now we can actually abuse of the beam without getting worried about our health. I'm supposed to enter here, please. Oops. I was supposed to enter into that room, but for some reason I didn't, so just we do the backup. Okay, we have a bit low on health, but this game is pretty generous. There is a health refill here. I wasn't really planning to take it, but you know, attach here is pretty costly because he puts you back at the entrance of the labyrinth. So now 2 slash well-timed slash, and now the Minotaur. But the Minotaur stands no chance. We kind of stun him by repeatedly slashing and preventing me from doing anything. And this is really important because if you miss even a single shot, you can no longer do this quick kill, this quick stun kill, but you have to pretty much jump and slash. Now we have to get back here. And the funny thing of this version of the of the Crete's maze is that there is a backup exit. I think that usually mazes should not have a backup exit, but okay, we'll take this. Oops. We'll take it. That's fine. This is pretty handful. Now another well-timed jump of the second guardian. Let's say this is like some little license the game needs to take in order to have a playable game, I guess. And now we enter into the final zone of the game. This is a kind of a little maze, but there is an NPC that tells you with the right road. And now the fight against Cerberus. I think this is the okay, nice. This is the hardest fight of the game in my opinion, but I nailed it pretty well. Okay, and now I'm trying something really cool, but also pretty risky. I don't wanna. I'm gonna do a little detour from the standard route, and I'm attempting a skip, for which a skip that is known in the community, but I kind of found a setup that works decently for me. So I'll be attempting it a couple of times, and if I don't get it, that's fine. I'll just stick with the route. Oh, that's unfortunate. I jumped 1 frame too early. Okay, this skip is frame perfect. At least the setup I found is frame perfect. You have to move at one specific frame and then jump. And if you do things right, you get a damage boost that allows you to cross that ledge. Let me try it a couple of more times. Oh, that was close. I'm gonna try it one more time. That's okay. I mean, this is an art skip. I thought it was cool if I get it, it's cool. If I don't get it, that's fine. So let's consider this a little extra. I'll attempt it one more time. Okay. Oh, I got it! Nice! Uh-oh. But now we have to survive for this mess. Okay. We got it! Nice, nice. Okay, I'm really happy I managed to showcase this. This saves actually, I think, at least 15 seconds from the standard route. So if you want to get the world record in this game, it's worth learning this. I say this skip was already known in the community, but I think I'm probably one of the first attempting it to real time. Okay, so now we are in the final area, and here the game gets incredibly technical. This jump over that Medusa is pretty hard. Now coming up next there is a pretty tricky damage boost. That's not easy. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, this is the tricky part. Okay, we got it. Nice. It's not over yet. This jump is so precise and it's actually intended. That's so stupid. It's really, really tight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, I never... I have big 20 flashbacks from this death. This is the first time I actually die like this. That's okay. Just have to redo everything from scratch. What's the problem? Hopefully I won't get that loops there. Alright, we have to do the damage boost. Oh, I didn't get enough. Yeah, that's just faster to take the death. That's unfortunate, man. That's really unfortunate. I die in the easiest room of the final level. Now I'm getting stuck here. Great. This is exactly. I died exactly like that in the big 20, and then I started dying over and over. Great. But hopefully, it won't take too long. That was literally the second to half screen of the game. Alright, so we try again. There we go. Just take down those two guys. Really tight jump here. Now we make sure to not follow this again. Okay, nice. Slash at the right timing, and then final boss. What final boss? Well, this final boss is invisible. And the reason why is the game wants you to have a certain item to make it visible. But even if you don't have it, you can just slash like this. And time! And we saved our beloved fiancé from the curse. Alright, so this is the Battle of Olympus. Infinite olive oils %. That death on that screen is a bit... but otherwise this round was pretty good, I'd say. I got a little trolled by Tia Mountain, but that's part of the experience. If you want to play this game, you have to accept that you will get trolled on that part many times. There's no safety from that. This game can be... This game is a really heartwarming speedrun. It's not super easy, it's not the hardest speedrun at the NES. Definitely a great experience, definitely recommend it. As a casual game, if you wanna try it, don't do it without a guide. Please do yourself a favor, use a guide, use some sort of walkthrough. because figuring out this game alone, blind, is pretty much impossible. Like this game is, sorry, it gets really difficult to figure out like this. And also some controls. I mean, it takes a lot of games, but it doesn't really take the best. Like the Castlevania stairs, the Ninja Gaiden sword, the Zelda 2 momentum kind of. But that's actually good. The knockbacks. It's a game that can be a bit rough at the beginning, but afterwards it gets pretty good. Alright, so I think I'm done. I hope I showcased this game the way it deserves. This for me is one of my favorite speedruns I've learned in past years, so it's a pleasure for me to play this. I'd like to thank Retrothon for having me for the 3rd year in a row. Fortunately, this is the last round for me for this Retrothon, but hopefully I will be able to run other games in future marathons. I would be really honored to do that. Yeah, thank you very much to everybody, and good luck to the next runner, and I'll see you around for the next events. Bye.